Shoot, dummy, I told you he had a gunman. You're not using your head. What the hell's the matter with you?
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought the door was...
I've been in a trance ever since that wedding last night. Now it's time you wake up, pal.
Okay, let's do it your way.
You damn well better. Okay, let's use Fast Charlie on 3. I'll lead. 1, 2.
Ty, hold it right there. Drop the gun. Put your hands up over your hands behind you. Don't move, buddy. You okay, Calvin?
Yeah, I think he just drew blood. Your timing's a little off, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. Get up, buddy.
You know, maybe it's too bad you didn't go on that honeymoon yesterday. Obviously, your mind did.
Sit down. There you are.
Thank you. You're the most marvelous bartender in Monticello.
I won't argue with that. Now, to the best part of the day. Here's to us.
To us.
Oh.
It was a heavy sigh. Did you have a rough day?
No, not really. Actually, it went off at a fast clip. Started off with a fast visit from Cliff Nelson.
Oh. Always get such a lift with that personality of his. How is he?
Not as bouncy as usual. He was suffering from a hangover acquired at the wedding reception.
Oh, dear.
But he was off on several tangents at once, as usual. Grumbling about all the expenses he has to pay alone now that Draper's gone. Apparently, he can't handle it financially.
Oh, my. Well, there's got to be some way to solve that problem, at least until Draper gets back. Can't he rent out office space?
Matter of fact, there was a young woman in my office this morning, fresh out of law school, who's looking for office space. So I suggested she contact Cliff. And, you know, it might be a good arrangement for both of them.
Yeah.
I hope it works out.
I do, too. Great. Oh, have some.
How was your, lunch with Valerie?
Oh, it turned out to be lunch with her and Kelly. He showed up at the restaurant, so I invited him to join us.
He wasn't reluctant about that, was he?
No. On the contrary.
Interesting how resentful he was at first with Valerie. Now I have the impression he's developed more than just a casual interest in her.
Yes, he was very attentive to her. So now I'm wondering, where does that leave Jody after everything he asked of her?
With Jody and Valerie, he may have more than he can handle.
Well, my dear girl, it is nearly time for me to be departing tonight. I am dining with a lovely lady I met at the Whitney wedding.
Oh.
And how about you? What handsome swain is clamoring at your door this evening?
No one that I know of.
That will not do. Something must be done about your social life. I hate to see all that talent and charm going to waste. By the way, did you deliver those photos to the Whitney house?
First thing this morning.
Good.
Carla, we really got some wonderful pictures of that wedding. The Whitneys are going to love them.
Tell me something. What is your opinion of the newlyweds?
They're very nice, I guess.
Do I detect a slight hesitation? Perhaps your impressions are negative?
No. They make me slightly uncomfortable for some reason. I'm sure the problem just lies with me.
No, I think not.
One thing I do know, however, I don't like their chauffeur. He was the only one at the house this morning, so I left the proofs with him. I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Yes, I know what you mean. He's the subhuman type. I have a feeling he sleeps in a coffin.
You're awful, Carlo.
Well, My dear, I can't keep the lady waiting. You will lock up.
Yes, sir.
I will see you in the morning.
Have fun.
Thank you. Young McGrath. You don't tell me everything, do you? Good night. Good night.
Hi, Kelly.
Oh, hi, pal. I was in the neighborhood and thought I'd ask you what your dinner plans were for tonight.
Well, this is quite a surprise.
Why is that a surprise?
I would have thought you'd be dining with Jody Travis tonight.
I don't think that Jody will be dining tonight. Well, she had a little too much champagne at the wedding last night, and I wouldn't go so far as to call it a hangover, but the word queasy does come to mind.
So that's why you're free?
Honestly, Val, that has nothing to do with my invitation. I just thought that we'd go have some dinner.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have plans for tonight. Maybe we can do it some other time.
Oh, sure. But next time I'm going to be sure that there's not such short notice, if there is a next time.
Well, sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? I'm looking forward to it. Well, listen, it's getting late. I guess you want to close up the studio now, huh?
Yeah, it's been a long day.
You must be getting pretty hungry by now, too, huh?
Yeah, I am hungry.
Well, good night, pal. Oh, by the way, really glad you turned down the job offer.
Oh. Why did you turn him down?
You have an office, or at least office space, that you'd like to rent.
Are you psychic? What stroke of fate brought you here?
Well, actually, I was in the district attorney's office this morning, and I mentioned to Mr. Carr that I was looking for an office, and he sent me to you.
Oh, good old Mike. Splendid man, really. Marvelous fellow. Monticello and me would be diminished without him.
He certainly did me a great favor this morning.
Wait a minute. I just spent 4 hours writing this brilliant advertising copy. You just can't come in here and take this office space without even hearing it. Wait a minute, listen to this. This is good. Up-and-coming young, brilliant lawyer to share office space with same. Large, comfortable quarters, including extensive law library. It gets better, too. Conference rooms, Victorian furniture and fixtures. Well, actually, I suppose it should be mid-Victorian.
Early depression would be better.
You said something?
How much?
Oh. All this can be yours for $400 a month. $300 a month? 2.
Where do I park my stuff?
Office across the hall. Until my partner gets back, of course. I'll put it in a file cabinet. Well, that's settled. Oh, I suppose I should ask you some questions, huh?
Feel free.
How long have you been practicing law?
Overnight.
Oh, where did you go to law school?
I was on the law review at Columbia, and I did my undergrad work at Southern Illinois University, magna cum laude.
Law review and magna cum laude, but do you have any clients?
Yes, one, my first.
Oh, would you win the case?
Well, it didn't go to trial. I talked Mr. Carr into dropping the charges. It was a minor offense.
That's very good. Don't tell anyone, but I didn't have any success until my 5th case. And then only because the judge felt sorry for me.
Oh, I'm sure that wasn't the reason.
No, it was the reason. He had presided over the other 4. Well, it's going to be interesting having a lady around here. The feminine touch. Maybe we can get some chintz curtains and some lace tablecloths. Ah, the feminine mystique.
Excuse me. What about the feminine mind?
Oh, well, I was going to mention that next, really. Honest. You want to seal it with a handshake?
Deal.
Welcome, counselor.
I don't want any hedging. I want an explanation. Now, what the hell went wrong out there on Franklin Street tonight? That's one of my best detectives in the hospital with a bullet in his arm, and I want to know why.
Actually, it was my fault, Chief.
So it was your fault.
When we rushed the door, I don't know what happened. I lost my time.
Yeah, I guess you must have.
I went in the door first, and I shouldn't have. Calvin came in after me. He tackled the guy. The gun went off. Well, you know how fast these things happen. Well, Chief, I feel worse about this than anybody.
Yeah. And listen to Calvin talk. You deserve the commendation for bravery.
Oh, no, not at all.
Listen to me. Sometimes it's wiser to be cautious than brave. Now, don't you forget that.
Right.
And just to drive that point home, you're on suspension for 3 days.
What? Hey, wait a minute. What happened tonight was just an accident. Look, I carry my load around here like anybody else.
Until tonight, you've been doing a fine job for me. It's very difficult for me to forget the fact that you've been crammed down my throat in this department as a favor to some big shot in Washington. Well, that doesn't make your situation any sweeter here, believe me.
No, you still can't accept that, can you?
No, I can't. And I resent the fact that nobody bothered to tell me why you were here. And when I find out, and if I think it's a crummy reason, believe me, I'll ship you out as fast as you came here. Good night.
Calvin?
Oh, hey, baby. Look, now, before you get started, I'm okay. Yes, it's just a little flesh wound. As a matter of fact, you've done more damage than this cooking dinner in the kitchen.
I don't cook dinner with a gun. You're right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You could have been killed.
No, come on, not me. I'm indestructible. Anyway, I keep telling you, the statistics on police mortality.
I don't want to hear about the statistics. You're always saying that police duty is just routine, never dangerous. But this is the second time you've been in this hospital with a bullet wound, Calvin.
Look, Starr, an accident can happen in any job. I mean, a painter could fall off a ladder and break his leg, or a carpenter hit his thumb. It's just a part of the job. Anyway, look, I got this story for you. This guy who mixes tonight.
Stop it. If you say it's just part of the job one more time, I'm going to scream. Don't you think I know it's a part of the job? Calvin, I've been trying to understand that ever since we were married. And it just doesn't get any easier. It just gets too hard to understand. You know what? I never know if you're going to be living or dead. I don't think I can take it any longer.
Come on, Starr, come on, baby, don't. Oh, Tyler, you're right on time. You bring any extra tissues with you, babe?
How are you, Calvin?
Me, I'm terrific. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Calvin, I'm sorry. You seem to be awfully chummy with the police. Do you think that's such a wise idea, Miss Duval?
You have no sense in your head. Can you please go take your pictures someplace and leave me alone?
You know, I'm very surprised to see you here at all. You were so adamant about refusing your invitation. Yet here you are, looking stupendous, causing a sensation, and making trouble. You have to go there. Same old Martine.
You're the same old fool. Please, people are seeing us here. What do they think?
That's exactly what I want them to do, to see us together. After tonight, everything will fall into place quite naturally. And now that they have seen us together, so innocently and respectably, the future will become the past, and no one will be any the wiser. Remember, promise to have dinner with me one night next week. I'll be in touch. Flowers? For Mademoiselle?
What a surprise.
Why should you be surprised when you were expecting me?
Not you, you fool. The flowers?
Surely you haven't forgotten that I always brought you flowers on our dates. You always found them, and me, irresistible.
Times have changed, Carter. Oh, yes. how they have changed. Do you know how perfectly ridiculous I feel to have a date with you tonight? You. Of all people, you.
But it's not at all ridiculous, my dear Martine. Everything will fall into place. It will be apparent to the town gossips that we met at the Whitney wedding. And it will also be apparent that the new photographer and the lovely French dancer like each other. And tonight, we will have a nice, quiet dinner in a little restaurant in public and get to know each other better. And I can assure you that all our meetings from now on will be quite legitimate.
To me, you are illegitimate. And the only reason why I have accepted to have dinner with you tonight is to discuss our final divorce.
Oh, please. What an ugly word. Divorce. Offensive. Don't fool yourself, Martine. You know why you're having dinner with me tonight? Because you want to get out of this tenement. And because you've been cooped up too long. And you really want to find out. You still have any feelings for me?
Collier, your ego is bigger than this house. As for my feelings, I have none left for you or anyone else. Can't you understand that I do feel nothing?
Don't be so difficult, Cherie. I want to help you find what you're looking for.
What I'm looking for right now is a very good lawyer. And if you want to help me, please just try to disappear out of my life.
Oh, no, I don't think so, honey. Dinner will be ready in about 5 minutes.
Just the two of us tonight?
Yeah. I think so. Kelly did say something about having dinner out, but he wasn't very definite. Ah,
Hi.
okay.
Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
Listen, I'm real sorry I didn't call, but my dinner plans didn't pan out.
Oh, so you're going to have dinner here?
It's not too much trouble.
Not at all. There's plenty, believe me.
Would you like a drink, Kelly? There's time, I think.
If you hurry.
No, thanks, not for me, man.
Nancy tells me that you had lunch with her and Valerie today.
Yeah, it was a real surprise running into him at the restaurant.
Yeah. Valerie was telling us that she had a sensational job offer for an international photo service, but it would have meant that she'd have to travel a lot in Europe and pull up all the routes again, so she turned them down.
Yeah, and Val certainly made the right decision. I mean, look, she's got a lot going for her here in Monticello now.
So you approve of her decision? Did you say an international photo service?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The name, what was it? Arlington Photo.
Arlington Photo?
Yeah.
I think we handled some litigation for that company a few years ago. Matter of fact, I'm sure of it. Just out of curiosity, I wonder if Cliff is still in the office.
Female attorney. Beautiful, too. I ought to run this ad anyway. Hire a couple of beautiful attorneys and call them Cliff's counselors. I'm coming. Oh, no. Scott and Nelson.
Cliff, it's Mike.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Would you do me a favor and look through the files, say about 3 years back? I'm curious about a company called Arlington Photo. See what you can find, will you?
Sure. Arlington Photo, huh?
That's right.
Hey, hold on. 3 years, huh? Arlington. Got it right here, Mike.
What was the last case we handled for them?
Hey, Mike, do you know who's listed as the owner of Arlington Photo? Skylar Whitney.